Good morning, all. I hope you slept well. Miracle Rising. Happy Saturday. I work today at my second job. Man, I tell you, I wake up quite a bit throughout the night. I do, and I dream a lot. I really do. And some of the dreams have meaning. Some of them make no sense. Some of them I remember. Some of them I don't want to remember, to be honest. Some of them I talk about. Some of them I don't talk about. That's just the truth. That's the truth. And it's, there's certain things that I feel like I should talk about. There's certain things that I don't feel like I should talk about because I don't fully have a full understanding of it yet. So if I don't have a full understanding of something, I've been trying really hard not to talk about it. It's hard for me sometimes. I am very open. I am very transparent. And that's something I'm learning even at my day-to-day jobs. There's a lot of changes in the air, and there's just a lot of pressure there in reference to, conformity in different ways. I'm all about holding people accountable and, I'm helping people be successful, helping people be the best version of themselves. I'm all about that. And I'm glad to have people in this world that push people to their limits, to make them show up as being the best version of themselves. And I love that. And there's different aspects of that I love that about my first job, but it is hard for me. Again, I speak for me. When there's just the religion aspect of it, the elite aspect of it, I don't know. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to understand the whole side of it, And so when it's hard for me to understand, I just try to sit back, process it, take it in, and be respectful and be mindful and be, grateful to have a job. It's been really hard for me the last few years since I left that company to find any work. And every job that I find, it's just all but usual, It's all but professional sometimes. And so it's just been very interesting in the work world for me for the last 15 years. And in the last 11 years, it's about 11 years. When I was in banking, that's why I tried to go back into banking. Of course, that was a dead end, and people just messing around with me, wasting my time and being disingenuous and being liars, really. Last year and the year before, the year before that. Let's see here, 2024, and they know who they are. And so I appreciated banking because I appreciated the policy and procedure in it, the rules and regulations. Like, I knew what was expected of me. If there was a change, it was from the top. It was implemented across the board. And it was all, everybody was all on the same page. It wasn't he said, she said. There was no gray areas. There wasn't, all this testing in reference to, subliminal messages, and just it was very professional in many ways. Now, granted, it had its ups and its downs, but at the end of the day, it was still professional, and I loved that part of it. And then from that moment forward, when I crossed over into property management, it's been all but interesting. There's just so many skewedness and gray area in the professionalism and what people will do to make a buck. And so it's been like that for me at every job I've worked at since. And so, and that's even in corporate America. And I know everybody's feeling it. And it's like, I told my mom, I said, I don't know how we landed here. I don't know how we landed here, where in order for you to make a living, you gotta tag in onto working for a company and then deal with different forms of toxicity, different forms of conformity, different forms of unprofessionalism, different forms of religious abuse, and different forms of manipulation, different forms. We could go down this list. That's what you have to deal with at work, of misuse, of abuse, of lack of encouragement, lack of support, lack of resources, not being paid what you're owed. not being paid what you're owed. My gosh. I mean, how hard is it for people to actually pay people what they deserve, what they can, so they can actually live on their own? Like, I'll never understand it, how people sleep at night knowing that they have people working for them that can't afford to live on their own. And they have the ability to do it. They're just choosing not to because they're being greedy. And they're throwing around their power. And so anyways, something came to me when I woke up in the middle of the night. And nothing like having to prove yourself to someone who should already get your worth. That came to me immediately when I woke up. I was like, dang, that's powerful. Because that is truth. Nothing like having to prove yourself to someone that should already know your worth. I got to that place that I felt like I was having to prove myself to every single body in my life that should already know my worth. Should already know my worth. I don't understand why we live in a world now where it's our job to prove ourselves so people actually treat you worthy. What? Did I miss the memo? Did I miss that? Like, no, you treat people how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated worthy, then you should treat people like they're worthy. But that's just not something we adopt sometimes. And so often enough, we have people, loved ones, colleagues, superiors, politicians, leaders, law enforcement agencies, in positions, right, that are supposed to treat you like you're worthy, but are choosing not to. Because in their mind, you're not worthy. You're not. For whatever reason, they've adopted that godlike mentality, that judge-like role, and they have now associated with that. And so they get to tell you, you're not worthy. So we're not going to treat you like you're worthy. No, I don't think so. So in my world, it's like, okay, I now realize that I'm surrounded by people where I constantly have to prove my worthiness. And so I move and operate in my morals, my values, my integrity, my dignity, right? My ethics, my faith, what I feel is right. And still I move in respect for myself and respect for those around me, right? Because that's how I feel worthy. That's how I'm proud of myself. But I don't do that to make other people be proud of me. I do that to be proud of myself, right? I don't do that for other people to show me that I'm worthy because I already know I'm worthy within myself. I don't need somebody to tell me I'm worthy. And see, it took me a long time to get to a place in my life where I felt worthy. I didn't need anybody to tell, hey, Amanda, you're worthy. You're worthy of this. I got so tired of trying to get people to actually treat me with human decency that it's just got to the point where it's like, okay, if you're incapable of treating me with human decency, you're incapable with being honest with me with whatever it is you think in that head of yours, then I'm no longer going to care whether you think I'm worthy or not. Because at this point, it's a you problem. It's a you problem. If people treat you like you are not worthy, but they can't seem to figure out or conjure up a way to have an adult-like conversation as to why they're treating you that way, then maybe they're the ones that aren't worthy of your time. And that's kind of where I'm at. And so I love you guys. Have a great day. Happy Saturday. And I will see you tomorrow. I work today. I work tomorrow. I'm on like let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm on like a 16-day working streak. Now tell me that I ain't worthy of busting some ass. I'm telling you, hard work pays off, you know? I'm trying to get to that elite status, you know what I'm saying? I am a smart butt sometimes. I know. So I just got to bring myself down sometimes because I do have a heavy tongue. And so sometimes I be getting spicy and saucy. But anyways, I got to get ready. I love you guys. Have a good day.